That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go down. Yeah.
Hey, so I'm at the girls' house right now who I homeschool for, and they had sweet potatoes, and Goldie said she doesn't like sweet potatoes. So I was trying to look for a recipe that I could make where she would, and I found one called like baked sweet potato pierogi. Pierogi? Is that how I say it? I don't know how to say it. It's supposed to have fatina cheese. I don't know how to say cheese either because I don't eat it. And I was like, what's a replacement for that because I don't have that? And they said provolone. So I only found this. So I'm gonna grate this and hopefully that will work for it. If not, then hopefully they'll still taste good. So I'm gonna grate provolone cheese and then peel and cut the sweet potato into cubes. You also need like 1.5 cups of cheese, so this is gonna take me a while. The girls just got the chicken eggs from the chicken coop outside. Now I'm gonna peel the potatoes. Just finished cutting all the sweet potatoes. After you cut your potatoes into cubes, you're gonna put it on a baking sheet. I'm just using this because why not? And you're gonna drizzle olive oil on it, and you wanna preheat the oven to 425. You want even layers so they all get nice and roasted in the oven. And try to cut the sweet potatoes similar size so they can cook the same. I'm gonna sprinkle this with garlic powder, pepper, and salt. These will go into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. We're gonna start the dough for it. It calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, 2 cups and 1/4, a teaspoon of salt, a little whisk. I ran out of whole-purpose flour, so I did a little bit of whole wheat flour. In another bowl, we're gonna do the wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, it's a tablespoon of butter, 1 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup, another half. You could also do Greek yogurt, but we don't have any, so we're doing sour cream. 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, and then 1 tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil. And we whisk this together. Also, this is for making the dough. We're gonna add this into the flour and stir until a dough forms. And then once the dough forms, we let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna use my hands for this because this isn't working. I think I would recommend using an electric mixer. I added just a little bit more flour because it was super sticky. Okay, we're gonna let this sit for 10 to 20 minutes. Hopefully it works. It then wants you to put the roasted sweet potatoes in a food processor, but we also don't have that, so we will be doing a blender, and you want it until smooth like it's a puree. The blender idea didn't work that well because they don't have a very strong blender, so I'm just gonna like smash it with a fork as much as I can until it's like as smooth as I can get it. Gonna put this in here and try to smash it. And then we'll be adding the cheese. Now we're gonna add the cheese. I mix the cheese into the sweet potatoes. If it doesn't melt, it's fine because it's going to be put into the oven again. Now we split the dough in half. And you want it to get it as thin as you can without it ripping. This is nice and thin. We cut out little pieces with a glass because we don't have a cutter. And then you put 1 to 2 teaspoons of the sweet potato cheese filling onto the pastry. Now you get some water and you put it on the edge and you fold it over like this. And then you push down the sides with a fork to seal it. And you don't want too much water or it gets too sticky, like this. Get a large skillet and you melt 3 to 4 tablespoons. You're going to take the pierogies, whatever they're called, and put them in a thin layer onto the pan. And you're gonna cook each side for 1 to 2 minutes. It's about ready to put them onto the pan. Here we have them cooking. We're gonna let them sit for 2 minutes and then I'm gonna flip them over with a fork. I just took these two out of the pan because they were getting that perfect golden look. They're looking good. We're just waiting for them to cool down, but the girls are super excited because they are super hungry. How was your food?
Great as anything.
Dottie, how was your food?
It was 100,000, and million thousand. That's how good it was.
Just watch how satisfying this is going to be when this is all clean, okay? And it is now clean. That will be put away once it's dry. Satisfaction. Besides that piece of food, just ignore that. Oh, and also I could not open that, so that doesn't count. We just got back to the girls' house from their in-person school on Tuesday. It's the only day they have school when I'm not teaching them. Dottie wants to go back to her old school. Goldie likes her new class now. She didn't like the Thursdays class. I prefer it to be on Thursdays, but that's fine. Now we're gonna go inside and they want to have a movie day because this weather is not good. Talk to you later. I was thinking about how it's December now, and the past like few weeks I like to order everything kind of early for like gifts and stuff, and every day I've been like wrapping presents because I love doing that. I like making it look cute and stuff, and so I've wrapped like 25 gifts now. They're all under our tree, but I was like, why haven't I recorded that? Because watching things like that for me, like if like I watch someone do that, that's like satisfying in a way. Getting something all pretty, like organization, you know, things like that. So I'm like, why didn't I record that? What a waste of usage I could have used. That sentence I don't think made sense, but you know what I mean? So if I wrap any more, I know I have like 2 more to wrap because they're coming in the mail. I'm gonna try to make sure to do it, but I'll show the gifts because they're so cute. Hey guys, so I just ate my mom's dinner, which was ramen. It's honestly one of my favorite meals ever. That gives you an idea of what it looks like. I hardly can eat at ramen places because I have to eat gluten-free for the most part, or my stomach will be upset. Anyways, it was so good, and now for my dessert, I'm going to have this holiday nog almond milk style. I like to splurge on these in the month of December because it's only once a year. This is my treat to myself that I'm super excited for. And then tomorrow with the girls, I think we're gonna make Christmas cookies, so hopefully that'll go good. Here's the final result. It's so sparkly. I can't tape it, so that's why I had to use this to like keep it together because this material doesn't tape, and I knew that when I bought it, but I didn't care because it was so pretty. Anyways, this is to my boyfriend. Hey guys, so I really did not do much today. That's why I haven't like recorded anything besides me wrapping a present. But the other night, my pup was just sleeping with me, Samson, and Archie was sleeping with my parents because that's their dog. And in the morning I woke up to Samson like growling, like his body was shaking from growling. It was like shaking like the crazy psycho kind, and it woke me up out of my sleep. It was like at 6:45 in the morning. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I look and I see the outline of Archie's body, and I was like it's just Archie, it's just Archie. And he was like, you know, like crazy psycho. So I turn on my lamp and I'm like, it's just Archie, it's just Archie. And he still won't stop, and he hops down off my bed, and they're like face to face, and he just keeps doing that, you know, the psycho face-ness. And then they just start attacking. I feel so bad for Archie because he's not a morning person, you know. He wants to lay in bed as long as he can, and he had to put up a fight at 6:45 a.m. So I'm not sure what happened with Samson, but yeah, that worried me a little bit. But I'm about to brush my teeth and just lay in bed and go to bed. I'm going to make some homemade Twix bars that are gluten-free and vegan. We're gonna start off with a 1 3/4 of blanched almond flour. 1 3/4. Next, we want 1/2 cup of coconut flour. We need 1/3 cup of vegan butter. And it says to have it melted. Start with 30 seconds. I feel like I need to start sifting my stuff more because I never do, and I feel like that can really make a difference, you know? I'm gonna add the 1/3 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, now a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix this together. It should be almost like dough consistency. This is the crust. The crust should look like this. Next it says get an 8x8 pan, baking pan, and have parchment hanging out on both sides. We're gonna put our crust into here now. I want you to plow it down with a wooden spoon. Just like this, mate. Make it as even and flat as possible. Slightly better than this, but that's as good as it's gonna get. We're gonna bake this for 10 to 15 minutes. While that is baking, we're going to make the caramel filling. You need 3/4 cup of almond butter, preferably organic, of course. Now we use 2/3 cups of maple syrup. 2/3. Now we do 5 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. The crust baked for about 12 minutes, and now I'm putting 5 tablespoons of coconut oil into this mixture. Now we want 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You want to mix this until it's super smooth. Here's our caramel mixture. I put the crust back in for another few minutes because you want the edges to be slightly golden brown, and they weren't yet. I left the crust cool for 5 minutes, and now I'm putting the caramel topping on. I will say, if you don't like coconut, probably don't make this recipe. I'm gonna put this in the freezer for 45 minutes to an hour. This has been sitting for about an hour now. It's still super soft, which like scares me, but now we are slowly melting the chocolate and coconut oil, which is just a tablespoon of coconut oil and a 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. But you wanna mix this a few times in between heating it up so you don't burn the bottom of the chocolate and it gets all dry and gross. You wanna take this out and cut it into like twix size shape. We're gonna melt the chocolate. The middle is definitely not ready. You want yours to be fully set, but I'm not waiting that because I want to go to bed. You know what album I listen to all the time? The Believe album by Justin Bieber. I think that album is honestly such a slap. And I've been obsessed with the song Stick Season for a while. I was shocked when I saw Olivia Rodrigo cover it. Now I'm gonna finish melting the chocolate. It says to get 2 forks and dump it in, so we'll see how this goes. I'm so glad I like dark chocolate because if I didn't, being a vegan would be, well, not vegan, being dairy free would be really hard. The coconut oil also makes it more liquidy, which I like. I love chocolate covered strawberries. I made these ones for Thanksgiving where you get mini marshmallows, like vegan ones, put little pretzels in, stick it to the side of the strawberries, dip it so they look like turkeys. And the chocolate pretzel marshmallow strawberry mixture, chef's kiss, oh my gosh. I don't know why anything that has to do with dipping chocolate I actually stuck at. So I don't know why I choose these kind of desserts. I finally finished my healthy Twix recipe. I'm gonna try one tomorrow because I want to put them in the freezer. I think they'd just be yummier that way, and so the caramel doesn't melt as much. They look a little rough, some of them do, the ones that were in the middle that didn't freeze all the way because I was too impatient, but I tried a little bits of it and I think it tasted really good. I'll let you know how they taste tomorrow. So it's the next day now in the afternoon almost. It's like 11:15, and I went to check on my little Twix bites, and honestly the shape is not perfect. It looks good. I think it was good. The coconut isn't too strong for me either. I don't like when the coconut overpowers things. That's why I don't really like coconut milk.